Good morning, guys, and happy Saturday. We are looking rough. We're feeling rough. I just got out of the shower. I took a Tylenol PM last night because I just finished up physical therapy on my left shoulder, or on my right shoulder. I don't know why I said left. My right shoulder, and my elbow and everything from a double injury I had last year, and it's feeling much better, but it was causing me some trouble yesterday. And then on top of it, I had a wicked headache right before bed. So I took a Tylenol PM. I never take sleep aids for this very reason, but now I feel sleep hungover. Like I feel like I went on a bender last night. Like my throat is sore and dry. I feel like I didn't sleep even though I was zonked out all night. I I'm this is what you get for being middle aged, I think. But regardless, um, we're gonna get our day started. I was actually just gonna go out, have you guys sit with me while I make coffee, but my sweet son heard me in the shower and he went out and he made coffee for me and surprised me by putting it on my dresser. So here's my coffee that he made for me. He made it exactly how I like, which is just our generic coffee with generic sweetener, and we did spring for the sugar cookie flavored creamer, just because it was like one of the only ones that they had at the time that we were at the store. Normally we just get whatever's on sale or whatever's sugar free and on sale, but we sprung for the sugar cookie one. So that's what we're working with today. I'm gonna go drink my coffee and then get ready for the day. Have a good one. All right, guys, I came over. I'm gonna say good morning to my sweet husband.
That's how she respects the locals.
Yeah. And let him get back to work because he has been working this morning on a project for one of his 3 different jobs that he has. And now I am going to go. I drank my coffee so quickly, and now I'm going to go pour some more coffee. And my kids are hopefully getting dressed for the day because I'm trying to actually get us out of here. We share a car, so if they're not ready to go when my husband has to leave, we're stuck here. I mean, I could take them on like the public transportation, but I don't really want to spend the money if I don't have to. So I am going to make some coffee and hopefully go give my son a metaphorical kick in the pants to see if he's getting dressed so we can get out of here, because I would really like to spend the day outside. I also have to run down to the car and grab something, and then I'm going to give my husband, who is still over there working, just the biggest smile in hopes that he will untangle my knitting for me so that I can do some knitting today, because I'm about a year into a project and I've gotten about that much done. So yeah, we're gonna make some more coffee and then get started. All right, guys, I'm gonna pour my coffee. We're real basic around here. No Starbucks trips for us. We are on a tight budget. I think my husband is subtly telling me he would like another cup of coffee, so we'll give him some. No, it's okay. We've got plenty. We've got plenty. We've got plenty. It is just for both of us a 2-cup kind of coffee kind of day, apparently. So I'm gonna make us our coffees. We both like it pretty similarly. I'm gonna put these dirty knives in the sink, which is just a couple of sweetener packets. Do you like 2 or 3? I don't remember.
3.
Okay, he's a 3 sweetener kind of guy. So we're gonna do that. All right, so I'm gonna put 3 of his little 0-calorie sweeteners. We just use whatever is on sale. So I think this one is generic Kroger brand. We are not brand specific. We are budget specific. So if that means we can't afford sweetener for a month, then we don't do sweetener for a month. But we work with what we got. So I've got that going. I'm gonna put a little extra in mine. The coffee is nice and steamy, which means he was going to let it sit out for a few minutes for his to cool off. He does not like his coffee as hot as I like mine, but that's okay. I'm gonna go get the creamer. And as I open our refrigerator, something in there is a little bit on the smelly side. So we're going to be going through and making sure we don't have any leftovers or something in there that I forgot about. We try to utilize leftovers as often as we can. My kids will usually do leftovers for lunches. My husband will take them to work. Don't judge the amount of creamer that I use.
Please.
We're gonna stir that all up. And like I said, my husband likes his a little bit on the cooler side, so I'm gonna guess he's probably gonna let this sit for a minute. Or we're gonna end up with a case of ADHD coffee, and if you have ADHD, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna find this full mug sitting around somewhere in the house, completely forgotten and abandoned.
ADHD tea.
It happens a lot in our house. We've got at least 2 with ADHD, potentially 3. We're working on that right now with my son. It's an adventure every single day. They are the smartest people on the planet, but boy, do I find a lot of their stuff laying around the house. And that's okay. So coffee is made. We are going to, my daughter is out of the shower finally and dressed. She hopefully just grabbed the things I asked her to grab. And I'm going to guess by the look on her face, she's going to ask me if I can make her a small cup of decaf coffee. She's almost 10, by the way. And she's giving me that smile of, yes, that's exactly what I want. So my rule in our house is if you would like a cup of decaf coffee, you get it like once a week, and you have to make sure you're drinking a lot of water beforehand. It has to be decaf, and you get a minimal amount because she doesn't need to be drinking a bunch of coffee. And I do have to double check that it's always the decaf that we put in there. I don't want her having a massive caffeine situation. So coffees are made. I'm going to then rinse out the coffee that we have in there, put in a little bit of decaf, and I will make her a small cup of decaf coffee as long as she drinks her water. All right, guys, I've got my second cup of coffee. My husband is over there. I don't know if you can see him drinking his coffee. So far it is not a victim to ADHD coffee, but let's give it a few minutes. He did let it sit for a few minutes, but I don't know if that was because he had to run down to the car or because he actually wanted to let it sit for a few minutes.
It's because I'm a wuss.
You're not a wuss. I'm just psycho because I like things like extra, extra hot. My daughter is in the back making her decaf coffee. And one thing that we did yesterday that we used to do was we went and we cross-compared prices amongst like 3 or 4 different grocery stores. One thing about living really low income is that we have had to get really creative about how to stretch our grocery budget because we don't receive any sort of government welfare. We're not on SNAP or anything. So our budget is very limited, and we have a $50 gift card that we managed to find that we're going to use for groceries for the rest of the month, or at least for as long as we can. Just because my husband's paycheck went to paying like all the bills. We've got like almost nothing left, and we figured this is just a good way to use it. So I'm going to put in a little bit of a grocery order. We're going to go do a pickup, and then we will do the other groceries that were cheaper at another store at another time. It is really annoying to have to go to multiple stores, but I do find that it is actually really economically better for us, especially because the stores aren't that far apart, so we're not spending a bunch of gas driving all over town. If they were really far apart, then we'd have to probably add in like the gas mileage to go to multiple stores, but we're lucky that they're pretty close by. So I'm going to put in my grocery order, and then hopefully my son is finally dressed. He's having a hard time this morning, and then we'll get started with our day. All right, guys, coffee has been had. My handsome husband in the back is getting ready to go to work. We do share a car, so I will be driving him today so that I have the car, because I would like to take the kids out. They've been a little bit cooped up the last couple days. So I'm going to work on getting the sink cleaned, water boiling to activate thermoses so I can pack them some leftover soup for lunch, get myself a lunch packed, and if I have time, I actually need to feed my sourdough because we're getting ready to need to make another batch. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the breakfast dishes cleaned. Get their thermoses cleaned because we have children who left their thermoses out and dirty from the last time they used them, so I'm a little scared to open them, but we're gonna do it. And then hopefully I'll get all that done, and then in time to put on going out pants, because right now I have my sweats on, and we'll be good to go. All right. All right, guys, dishes are done, and
Careful, that pan's on.
what pan?
Oh, that's over here.
Oh. Remember when I told you guys that I live with wonderful people with ADHD? This is what it looks like, by the way, is when everybody sets everything on counter edges, and then I have to be warned that I'm going to knock something over because they put it on the edge of the sink.
Okay, you're gonna have to do the dishes.
That's what we're working with in our house. My husband is getting their soup heated up. It is leftover black bean soup, which is why it doesn't look super appetizing, but they love it. I'm gonna go put actual pants on, and then we're gonna get ready to head on out of here. All right, guys, Brennan is off at work, and now we have one stop to make at the grocery store, and then I just need to run home. My son forgot to brush his teeth, so we're gonna run home, let him brush his teeth. I'm gonna grab an extra $1 bill because I am picking up something from Facebook Marketplace today for my daughter's Christmas presents. And then we're gonna finally head to the park. All right, guys, we made it to the park. We've got some toys. I've got my activities. I've got some knitting and a book in there. We also brought extra clothing because for once I am letting my children actually get in the sand and the dirt. Normally I don't do that because I don't love sand in my car, but that's okay. We brought some extra clothes today, and we're just gonna enjoy the slightly warm weather for this time of year.